Oh, did you guys hear about the frog that got the DNA test?
No.
Turns out he's part Scottish, part Irish, and tadpole.
I like that. Yeah, that's good. Oh.
Welcome everyone to the Underground Sound, our episode number 35. If you hear an echo, it's because my place is completely empty.
Empty.
Exactly, right? So I literally have my desk set up in the middle of the living room. I'm sitting on an outdoor patio wicker chair, and there's nothing here except like bare walls, a couple of boxes, the microphone, and this setup here, so we can bring you the show as usually scheduled.
And the murderer I just saw walking behind you.
What murder?
Murderer. I think there's a knife. Murder. Sorry, I don't remember.
All right.
Didn't work.
Did not. Really not. With me, as always, our two gentlemen. One is Carlos Fandango. The other one is Smart Monkey. Together, we are putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and we'll find the music that you love to hear.
And don't forget to click on the bell, and then you get all the notifications of whenever Tom uploads any new Underground Sound videos. And I'll tell you how excited I am. That excited! Because it is so exciting when you get the new videos. Who wouldn't want to click on the bell? Please talk.
I love the fact that you said, do remember.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta squeeze this.
I can't.
What do you call it?
A special thank you, obviously, a shout out to our show sponsor, Nathan Brashear of Monsters Are Real. Please do visit the video description below and check out the links to Nathan. You'll find his Instagram, his Spotify, and his official website. And go check out his music, please. And do visit the video description below to visit all of these fantastic indie musicians that we are going to review today. Pass the word around, share, give them some fire. Take them to your social media platform, get them out there, or put them onto your own personal Spotify playlist, whatever the case may be. Do show some love for these musicians because the music is fantastic and they do deserve some recognition. Secondly, I had a second thing to get to, and I had forgotten about it. This is just usually where I start losing my mind. Just
celebrities.
Oh yeah, we got celebrities. So let's get to a couple of celebrity deaths here. Barry Humphries was an Australian comedian, actor, author, and satirist. He was best known for writing and playing his stage and television characters. Dame Edna Everage and Sir Les Peterson died at the age of 89. I'm kind of familiar with Barry Humphries. Carl, you probably know more than I do. Tell us about Barry Humphries.
Yeah, I mean, he was Australian comedian, satirist, basically most famous for his character, which was Dame Edna Everage. Had a talk show in the UK and interviewed all top famous people, but had a really biting, cutting Joan Rivers style of wit and sarcasm about him. So fantastic, really quick-witted, clever comedian.
Clever
Sad
guy.
loss, yeah. And but yeah, and yeah, very much well known for Dame Edna. She would call everybody possum. Oh, my possum, all that kind of thing. What about you, Rob? What do you remember?
Yeah, very similar, really. That a bit of a force to be reckoned with. You never quite knew what he or she, in depending on what character he was playing, was going to come out with, and anyone that he would be interviewing or speaking to had to be on their guard because his sense of humor was absolutely brilliant, and he would have the interviewer just crawling because he would just say things and they were like, what did he mean by that? It was very clever. It was a very
quite
clever.
outrageous as well, the things he'd say, so but really funny, of course, because of it.
Very clever, man.
So that's
So cheers from me.
That's all about Barry Humphries right there, who died on April 22nd. So just 6 days ago at the recording of this episode in 2023. Died at age 89. And as well, we shall raise a glass. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Good age as well. Good health.
Here we go.
Yeah. Thank you, Cobber.
Another celebrity death, unfortunately, Harry Belafonte, who was an American singer, actor, and activist who popularized calypso music with the international audiences back in the 1950s. Belafonte was best known for his recording of Deo, the Banana Boat song, Jump in the Line, Shake Senora, Jamaican Farewell, and Mary's Boy Child. Died at age 96 on April 25th, 2023. So once again, here we go. Cheers.
Yeah,
Cheers.
thank you for the music. I've got to say, with Harry Belafonte, for any of the audience who haven't heard Harry Belafonte, please do. Classic great singer, sort of ushered in other calypso artists such as Lord Creator, Mighty Sparrow, Lord Invader, and all actually a lot of them are called Lord, but also popularized it. And he was actually his 1956 album Calypso was, I think, one of the first albums to sell million within a year, the space of a year. So quite a groundbreaking artist in many ways. And if you ever get a chance, listen to Scarlet Ribbons, because the vocal on that is just, almost brings me to tears, actually. It's such a good vocal. It's a beautiful song. And Man Smart, Woman Smarter is a good fun song as well. So check that one out.
One more celebrity death to get to here. Actually, I think two more, because I'm going to mention the fourth one that I know of.
Someone just died.
Right over there in the kitchen.
Was it us?
Glenn Goodman was an English professional ballroom dancer, dance teacher, and dance competition adjudicator. He appeared as head judge on the UK television program Strictly Come Dancing, famous in the UK for his catchphrase 7. When scoring contestants. Died aged 78, 3 days shy of his birthday on the 22nd of April, 2023 of this year. So once again, raising a glass to Len Goodman. Cheers.
Cheers, Len. 7. Tell you what, I'm getting a bit tipsy already.
Ooh.
Stop with all the celebrity deaths.
More to get to. So.
Cheers to Carlos, who sadly left us.
Yeah.
After drinking himself to death on the show.
Do the alcohol poisoning. Finally, not musically related at all, but was mayor of Cincinnati for 1 year, and then hosted a very popular TV show back in the early 90s, and I believe it went on into the 2000s. And if you could say Jerry.
Oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Jerry Springer died at the age, I believe, 79. Not but a few days ago here. So we didn't have that one on the list, but I just felt like shout out, because I very much enjoyed watching that show and watching a whole bunch of people just beat the hell out of each other at times. So to everybody in the Jerry Springer camp, cheers to you. Thanks for the laughs.
Cheers.
Yeah. And I'll never forget that show I was on.
Well, do you know what? It's funny how that was a mammoth show. I mean, that was one of the first of its kind to be that kind of show. We have people tearing lumps out of each other and stuff, and I think the name Jerry Springer became synonymous with exactly that. There's been lots of other types of shows like this, but nothing quite the same. So yeah, Jerry.
Once again,
Jerry. Charles.
Carl's ready to go with his custom beer over
Yeah. Okay. Any more?
We don't have any more.
Welcome to the obituary show.
Before we get on with this day in history, and I need to check if there's anything interesting going on in this day in history. Obviously, you are watching this episode on May 5th. The day previous was May 4th. May the 4th be with you, as we're kind of Star Wars fans here. And Carl has a Star Wars themed button, and he has a couple of more that will make an appearance throughout the show. So what's the button that you have, Carl?
Well, this particular button had to be this one. I think. Oh, is this the one? Oh, the lights are shining on it, aren't they? Is that one? May the force be with you. Can you read it? Is that better?
May the force be with you. Yes.
Yeah, may the force be with. Oh well, you know, fell in love with that when I was a kid, and never sort of fell out of love with Star Wars. Well, sort of did when Jar Jar Binks came along, but I mean, fell back in love with it after Jar Jar Binks. But it was just fantastic. Love Star Wars, and yeah,
moment in history. That was moment in movie history, especially on that opening scene. Sitting in cinemas that had huge screens, and you watch this opening scene of the spaceship just flying into view from above. It was just, my jaw dropped. I think I was probably about 11 or something at the time, and I was like, oh.
Well,
amazing.
I got to say, for 1977, those were definitely, brilliant special effects. It had a lot going on, obviously. Nobody had a lot of faith in it. So I know that Fox really, they had no faith in it, and they actually let George Lucas keep all of the merchandising rights. And I'm pretty sure that Fox is just kicking themselves in the ass these days for letting that go, just because it became such a cult and just a popular phenomenon. And I'm a huge fan myself. I know Carl is as well. He's got a little Yoda. That's
so the ladies tell me.
It's just a rumor. Oh dear. Well, just okay. Let's dispel this myth right here and right now. Yes, I have a little Yoda, and in fact, he does the he does some special sort of uses the Force. So there we are. Look, here we are. Oops. There we go. There's my little Yoda, and it goes up and down.
Goes up, but don't come down very well.
No, I can tap it to make it go down again. Quite
a
hard,
little flick on the end to get it down.
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, we're only about 10 minutes.
It's already a damn shame that the show almost didn't happen for crying.
I think we're relieved that it's happening, aren't we? Because we were just so excited. We were like little kids, I think. We're just, you probably sensed that as soon as you said, actually, I think we're okay, good for Friday. We went, yeah, and just really happy about that. So we love doing this show. So that's all I can say.
The group chat was basically show, which
Jerry, show.
So I very much appreciate the enthusiasm, and hopefully for everyone that's watching us, you do have as much fun and laugh at us at our expense also. So we do hope that you enjoy this. This is brought to you, and it really is for the musicians, because we do listen to some brilliant music here. And I was thinking the other day that it's going to be it's going to be a huge undertaking and a very difficult task for picking the best of the 23s, especially since we're just now approaching May at the time of the recording of this video here, and we still have many more months to go until we choose the best of the 23s. So yeah, it's going to be a very difficult undertaking.
Still struggling to pick best of 22, let alone the 23s. Oh my word!
Oh yeah, we still got to get to that. That's right. Well, we'll figure that out. Maybe we'll announce the winners of the best of the 23s on the best of 23 show. Make that a nice 6-hour show going. All right, starting our episode 35 off here. Track 1, Ghost Town, All That She Is. Do you remember anything about the song, Carl?
Not really. I remember Ghost Town because we had another one of their songs previously, if you remember. And but the 3-piece rock band from Canada, and so in Canada they're on where was it now? Prince Edward Island. So basically, and there's actually, for Rob, interesting little factoid. There's a place called Cornwall in, as you live in that neck of the woods. So there's a place called Cornwall. Yeah, and Prince Edward Island. And this one is so we've featured them before, as I believe their previous song that we featured was one of the end tracks. So now instead of being a show closer, we've got a show opener from them, as they're sort of lively and rocky. And it says our next single is coming hot off the press, available on all streaming platforms. And this was back on March the 20th when I actually compiled this show back then. And it's called, All That She Is. I can tell you some of the comments. It says, what a great song. Okay, I see you. That's one. Nice. That's got 3 C's, so I thought I'd better emphasize that. Sick. Great pop punk sound and excellent production. This one is so powerful, so sick, dope, groovy, ASF, bro. Ooh, you know what that means. And yeah, lots of stuff like that. So lots of positive comments, a few saves as well. And we think this is worthy of sharing with our audience as they are so discerning.
Yeah, Ghost Town. So reposted the song 1 month ago. Not bad stats. 97 plays, 6 saves, 186 fire. Let's check it out.
She is the fire that burns within me. She can light up my darkest days. She is the summer, she's my sunburn. She's got me covered. She is the water in the desert when I've wandered off way too far. She is the cool head of a best friend. She's my direction. And all that she is adds up to me feeling like this. She's the danger I can't resist. She is my death wish. And all at once, she can be everything to me. All that I need, all that I want, all that she is. And all at once, she can be everything to me. All that I need, all that I want, all that she is. She's the wheel that keeps me turning. She's the song on the radio. We get lost forever. We're lost together. And all that she is adds up to me feeling like this. She's the danger I can't resist. She is my death wish. And all at once, she can be everything to me. All that I need, all that I want, all that she is. And all at once, she can be everything to me. All that I need, all that I want, all that she is. She is. All at once, she can be everything to me. All that I need, all that I want, all that she is. And all at once, she can be everything to me. All that I need, all that I want, all that she is. She is.
All That She Is by Ghost Town, available on Spotify as well. I'm sure other streaming platforms. Smart Monkey, how do we do?
Yeah, very good. Very very good. Like we said, or like Carl said earlier on, we've had Is it Ghost Town or Ghost Own? It's odd because it should have two T's. It's Ghost Town, isn't it? But there we go. But we've had them on before, and their previous song was really good. And I can remember their cover as well, which had the motorbike jumping over was it a train, if I remember? Like, it was a really retro sort of cover. So that stuck in my head as well. They've got that kind of Californian sort of 90s 2000 rock tone to their voice, and I love that. It's similar to like Blink 182 and bands like that. Their vocals are really very good, and they're a really solid band actually, and this is the second track we've heard from them, and their style is definitely there. It's in keeping, and it just, you know, it continues in that kind of vein of singing. And I'm a bit of a fan of them actually. They really are growing on me. They have potential, I think, to go a long way, to be honest. They just sound like a pretty solid band that's come together, performs really well, could probably be live, definitely could easily go out commercial radio and all of that, I think. Yeah, I look forward to seeing what happens with them, really, because this is the second song I've loved of theirs. Nice work.
Good deal. Nice job. And Carlos Fandango.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly. Struggling to say that. Half a glass of beer. I wholeheartedly agree with Rob. I wholeheartedly agree with Rob. It's basically, actually, I'll change the word. I agree with Rob. Got out the wholeheartedly. I said it right then. Basically, yeah, do you know these? They look like a bunch of fun guys. Not that they look like mushrooms or anything, but they look like a bunch of three fun blokes who are really into their stuff. You know, it's a fun band to watch. They're exciting and up for it. So I think they could go a long way. I love the artwork on this as well. So when you look at the artwork, it's a very simplistic, less is more style, nice use of color. It's visually appealing. Plus their logo is the sort of the kind of Pac-Man ghost plus cityscape coming up through the ghost. Just a very clever little logo. So somebody, I think, in the band is probably into design and technology and stuff. So because you can clearly see that. Music itself, I like the lead vocals. I like his vocal because you can hear all the words. And actually, they've got a really memorable line in there, which is "She is my death wish," which is the standout line. And I mean, it's a very short line, but it's in every song you need a sort of that killer line that's memorable, and that's the one in there, I think. But yeah, lively band, a bit sort of Kings of Leon sort of feeling maybe. And but yeah, 3.5 minute honest pop rock track. I'm going to say I'm digging the solo because I like with the guitar solo. There's so many that are just cut and paste, same old sort of scales, blah, 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 same old stuff. This was different, and it had that sort of sliding thing. So when you're composing and creating a solo, I think it's good to imagine people that might be listening to this who can't play guitar, playing air guitar, because it's something for them to latch onto and motion to. So it's really important to have memorable solos. They don't have to be technically brilliant. They just need to be memorable and good and interesting. So that's really important. And that was quite interesting. Nice riffs in there. They're a very tight band. So I get the impression that they're probably a very tight unit as an outfit, full stop. So they're probably, like us three, we enjoy our company, each other's company. Basically I think these guys could go a long way and should be heard. That's for sure.
I completely agree. And if you wonder why this show is 4 hours long, then now you know.
Sorry. Half of the show is me trying to pronounce words.
Carlos went on his half beer tangent over there. A nice punk rock vibe to it, like Green Day. I was really digging that. In the beginning, I had written down that this sounds like the early '90s kind of ska vibe, like you would get with No Doubt or something like that. So I gotta say that honestly, the production is pretty top notch. The vocals are clear, the drums are clear, the guitar is clear, and everything is just kind of like working here. So yes, Carl, I think you are correct that they are kind of like a tightly knit unit. They're pretty much probably all on the same page, and they just really make it work. So good stuff. I gotta say, really good stuff. So great show opener. Left a couple of fire there and everything like that. And I think you are right. Is that the last song that we heard was the album artwork was that of the biker, the motorcycle jumping the trainer, or maybe jumping some people that were kind of laying in the middle of the road there. But I do like this artwork as well, because it's kind of retro, kind of like artwork, isn't it? It looks very retro-ish, and it definitely fits what the song actually does itself. So I'm just gonna say good job all around with the artwork, with the song. So very nicely done. Yep. Moving on to track number 2, we have Tommy Francesco with It's Over.
Yeah, perhaps I should have put this at the end of the show. It's called It's Over, so I'm sorry about that. But basically, it says here, Tommy Francesco is from Phoenix, Arizona, USA. He's a singer-songwriter who writes with a balance of light-hearted pop and heart-wrenching ballads. As a queer artist, he draws on personal experiences to create emotionally charged music that resonates with listeners of all backgrounds. Some of the influences shared with me alone are Bob Dylan, Paul Simon, The Who, John Lennon, Elton John, Queen, David Bowie, Fleetwood Mac, blah, 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 blah. So lots and lots of influences. Ariana Grande, contemporary ones as well, Rihanna. So what have people said about this song so far? So nice, as we get that very often. One is sad face, so I think that's because it's a sad song, maybe. Not because they're upset with it. Nice vocals and nasty beat. So I think it's a ballad, so I don't know what that's all about, but make your minds up for yourselves, see what you think of it.
That's right. It's Over by Tommy Francesco. Let's check it out.
It's over between us. It's over. I'm leaving. That's it. I've had enough. I can't take it anymore. You're throwing your chairs, I'm slamming my door. It's over between us. It's over. I'm leaving. That's what you said to me last night, drunk and crying in my arms, to turn your back on me and say it's over between us, it's over, I'm leaving. No, 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 no. That's it, I've had enough. I'm done with your lies. We tried and failed. Now I'm saying goodbye. I'm through with your tears. I'm done with your pain. I'm moving on. I'll find my own way. It's over between us. It's over. I'm leaving.
that to me?
Yes.
Oh, right, yeah.
You are a smart monkey, yes, still.
I think I've mumbled over the top of you as you said it.
Okay.
Typical smart monkey, eh? Yeah, okay, so interesting song, this one. So when it first starts off, there were very initially, it sounded almost like a song that Freddie Mercury might have written on his piano, you know, and just sung along. And I kind of really like the opener, the intro of it and the opening parts of it. And actually, as the song goes, it's a solid, it's quite a nice, you know, instrumentally quite a good song. The issue I've got, and it's probably just me and my own personal choice, is that I just found that the vocals, they started to go up into the higher ranges, and they kind of stayed there, and they didn't really come down. And in the end, I found it a little bit jarring for my ears. He's got a great voice. There's nothing the matter with his voice. I just found it just spent too long up in that upper thresholds. I would have preferred it sort of moved around a little bit, came down a little bit, can go up there, but don't just stay up there, because, you know, would I go and listen to this song again? Probably not, just for that very reason. But otherwise, everything else, I actually quite enjoyed. The lyrics are good. The song itself is good. I thought instrumentally it was good. I love, I don't know if it was intentional, but the way I've interpreted the ending is he's gone, it's over, and he just throws the mic down on the floor, which I loved. It was brilliant. I was like, it's over, boom, gone. So I quite like that. So everything about it was pretty good, apart from the fact that it's just up there too high for my ears, and my ears didn't like it.
Well, Smart Monkey's ears not a fan of that song. Carlos Fanego.
Well, I always remember years ago, I had a friend who said, I mean, I was raving about Roy Orbison, and for whatever reason at the time, quite rightly so. And they said, I just think his voice is too high. But I mean, Roy Orbison had such a terrific range anyway. But then he would take the song from low down. Imagine something like In Dreams, where it's in dream, a candy color clown they call it. So it's all down low registered, and then it sort of moves upwards, and just you know, amazing songwriter and composer. So, but I actually didn't have a major issue with it, because I was sort of likening it. I mean, when I first heard this one, I thought, it feels familiar somehow, and I think the familiarity comes from a couple of things. One, for me, his vocals are very similar to Dean Friedman, who I've mentioned before, you know, who sang Ariel, Lydia, and so Lucky Stars. Now, got a very similar voice in that way. So I think actually, and also the familiarity, I think, comes from, oddly enough, you mentioned Queen, and that's quite right, really, because it could be like a lost Queen song. You could hear Freddie singing it, potentially. And ELO, in terms of composition, not the style of the song or the sound, but the style of the composition. There's lots of harmony, interjections, and backing vocals and things going on. So there's lots going on, lots of interesting detail. And this, you know, the vocals sliding up to the end and sliding up into the final sort of verse section. So really good. Strong, distinctive voice, old style chords, minor to major movements, always adds a bit of tension and drama when minor to major and major to minor. So but yeah, with a contemporary modern sound. I like the use of sleigh bells, because they're not exclusive to Christmas songs. Things like Strawberry Letter, 44, whatever it was, and there are songs that have used sleigh bells that aren't Christmas songs. That really, you know, gives a lot of warmth to the song as well. Overall, I really like that track, and I like it even more now. Sorry about the time taken. I'll try and be more economical with my next comments.
I was going to say, if we could keep it under a half hour, that would be great.
It's going to be a 4-hour marathon.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Listen, I'm pretty much on Rob's wavelength as far as this one is concerned. When this started off, I kind of got a Bruno Mars kind of feel. If you remember, like I can buy you flowers. I don't remember the name of the song, but you know, he was playing that on the piano, right? And so it really had that Bruno Mars kind of feel to it. And then The melody, for whatever reason, had reminded me a bit of like Tears for Fears kind of vibe to it, right? So it did sound kind of like it was going to go retro with kind of like contemporary, and it really sounded good. And I got to say that my big beef here is the over kind of like vocalization of everything. It's very, very high pitched, and the vocals are like super prominent. So with as catchy of a beat as we had going on and the melody and everything, right then the vocals really were kind of like drowning it out a bit there. So I'm not sure if Tommy had worked with a proper audio engineer or if this is just kind of like a solo composure, but I would say, Tom, that kind of maybe do a bit of work with the automation, maybe add a little bit of reverb to the voice, and then tone it down, because that will make it a little more prominent, but mix it into the track nicely. Otherwise, I just got to say that really no beef other than that. It sounded like a really good song. So had a good time with that one. Nice. Noise. So are you changing the button? Do we have
Oh, I can do. I mean, it'll take me a little while while the next song's playing.
the purple bowl?
Yeah, I have the bowl in hand down here, honestly, and it is there. And
okay.
I just realised, okay. And I've also got our new resident member, the Blue Tack. I better give him some eyes actually, because he's changed character this week. Let's go for a little smiley. Oh no, that's no good. It looks like okay. We've got eyes and a nose and not much of a mouth. I might create a little mouth, and we've got our little Blue Tack friend back.
Blue turd.
Oh, what's that dot there? That's weird. Okay. Oh, it's all got a bit. Oh, sorry, I've messed up his mouth a bit there, but he's got eyes and a nose anyway. So here's our little dibber. I know in gardening you have dibbers, but he's based out. Picker.
The blue poo.
Blue. Oh yeah, blue poo. There we are. So I shall get him to stir, then we'll get him to dab, and we'll get one out like that.
Okay.
I feel like I should probably take that one now. But anyway, do you want me to?
No. Go ahead, because it's been a while since you've chosen. So.
Oh, I could do. Yeah. Well, that one's gone, but I can tell you what it was because I did see it, but you wouldn't believe me. You see, because you.
Nope, we're not going to believe you now. Now do it all over again.
Ready, steady. You say when.
Well, this is a Carlos Fandango chooses, so
hey, I'll say it.
We just said you choose.
Okay, I'll say when.
Seriously, yeah. I'm looking at the tickets.
Yeah, stop looking.
Oh. I just realised I was doing that, and you notice I might have shown a bit of horror on my face because I saw hip hop and rap. So basically, right, I'm going to face it your way, so you know I'm not looking.
Okay.
Quite, that was whacked into my head. Okay, we've got two. I'll tell you what, that one's actually stuck to it, and so is that. But that could be both choices. But I'll give you a choice. There you go. Look, let's pick. So you've got big band or ambient.
Oh no.
Oh, Rob.
We haven't really had big band before.
I was going to say let's try big band. Should we go with a bit of big band?
Big band is.
I know I like ambient, but we don't do big band, so I'd be very intrigued what big band is going to be. I feel like it might be hip hop.
Well, I do know from listening to big band once before, it was a bit of rap. I think it was all that kind of thing. Anyway, so we've got this universally challenged book. I'm going to give you some more of what contestants have said when they're under pressure. So. For which book did Salman Rushdie win the Booker Prize? The Wind in the Willows? Sancho Panza was the companion of which famous fictional character? Rupert Bear. The adjective Rubenesque, meaning a plump, voluptuous woman, is derived from the work of which 17th century Flemish artist? Aretha Franklin. Oh dear. Who wrote Cat on a Hot Tin Roof? Dr. Seuss.
Well, that could be feasible. Come on.
Oh, here we are. This is apt one. In Tolkien's Lord of the Rings trilogy, the third and final book is called Return of the what? Jedi. Oh dear.
They are great, aren't they?
They are some great ones. Yeah, that's fantastic. What's the nationality of the philosopher Jean-Paul Sartre? Italian. Oh, dear.
What?
Oh, that's bad. Can you complete the title of the book by Jerome K. Jerome? 3 Men in a Baby?
All right, that's enough.
Oh, dear.
I was kind of looking at this. It says it looks like Swoovi, but then there's a hashtag which is Swoovin. So I'm thinking that maybe something was going on here as they were creating the profile. In either case, this song is called StarChild. Believe it or not, the newest song in Big Band was posted 10 days ago. Sharing screen now. So we got Swoovi or Swoovin, whichever one it may be. The person behind this is Zach Hopkins, and if we check out the, did they change this? They did change it, didn't they? From Kansas City, Kansas, in the USA, 3.67 click-through ratio. Says blues and alternative rock is the kind of main focus here. Influences include John Mayer, Jason Mraz, Mac Miller, Felly, Eric Clapton, B.B. King. And so, just go back over here. Take a look at the artwork. Well, it says Wonder Boys too. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on here. Swoovi, or as it says down here, hashtag Swoovin. But it says the Wonder Boys with a song called Lullaby. But now we're at Swoovi with StarChild. So I have no idea what is going on here at all. Yeah, you need to turn your mic on, Carl.
I suspect that's the cover work for an EP called Wonder Boys Lullaby. That's my guess.
Oh, it does say that. Off the
debut EP. Yeah,
it does say that, yes. An originally passionate tempo jazz fusion tune. Horn solo runs all the fixins. Enjoy. So let's check out. I'm going to assume that it's Swoovin because of the hashtag. As a big band here, let's give it a listen.
A little swoovy, something all side. Jiminy crickets chirping all night. A subtle smirk and wink is all time. Ain't thinking bases need that dope mind. Most days feel like I'm treading in place, and others vision in the numbers. Lumber crib by the lake. Some way care will pervade, but now it's step in front of step, fighting for another day. And it's gonna make me, or it's gonna take me. Either or, I know damn well it will not break me. Need to shake this lazy if I want them to pay me. Anxious state of mind that got me smoking crazy. Do this on the daily, this should not faze me. If you didn't get the gist of what I'm saying. Some people tell me I'm a star child. Ain't going nowhere for a long while. All I know is rolling dope style. Light up the room, I hope you don't mind. Some people tell me I'm a star child. Ain't going nowhere for a long while. All I know is rolling dope style. Light up the room, I hope you don't mind.
Well. That was StarChild by. I'm going to figure this out while Smart Monkey gives his review.
Yeah, okay. Big band. It's not really big band, but jazz. I would say there's a jazz feel to this track. I didn't mind it actually, to be honest with you. As it sort of developed, it got more jazzy and more interesting. You know, the brass, the sort of horn elements of it are what sort of make it interesting, I think. Vocally, it was okay, and lyrically, it was okay. But to me, it was all about that kind of jazzy feel that made this track interesting. So I didn't mind it. But it wasn't big band. But there we go.
All right. Smart Monkey says it's not big band, but he didn't mind it. Carlos Fandango.
Okay, I'll try and be as economical as possible.
It's under half an hour.
So, just the 5 minutes. Modern big band I've put because that's the only closest thing to big band it is. It's sort of like a modern version of big band. It's a fusion. So there's elements of jazz, elements of big band in there, elements of R&B in there, and maybe even hip hop in there with the groove, the sort of feel. Because the vocals, I'm not sure whether I really take to them that well, but you know, it's certainly contemporary vocal delivery, and it's got a bit of swing in it as well in the delivery. So. But I think that was a bit different, and the bowl didn't choose badly. I wasn't sort of like, disappointed. I wasn't angry with it or anything like that. So, but it was okay. It's sort of fairly radio worthy. It's the sort of thing you could hear from contemporary artists, I would think. John Legend, don't know, somebody like that.
Well, somebody for sure, yeah. No, Purple Bowl done good, and I got to say, from my standpoint, this is probably my first contender for the for one of the top three. Honestly, I don't usually enjoy jazz, right? But this had a nice kind of like jazz hip hop vibe to it, and the only problem for me that I have to make a decision on here is the production quality. It is Swoovi, by the way, SWOOVI. I did check out their Spotify page, so it is just Swoovi. So I guess the hashtag swoovin is just kind of like if you're in the Swoovi kind of mood to it, you're swooving, right? But yeah, I enjoyed it. I think that the if you remember Ben Melling, that we had that we featured the song on the show. It kind of like had that kind of like Sopranos kind of like vibe to it, where it is in the either I think it's in the Underground Sound Presents category also on the page, but the Ben Melling song was real good. I think that this one was actually real good. Purple Bowl is been pretty top notch lately. I mean, back in the previous episodes that we've had, Purple Bowl has done us wrong a few times, but I did enjoy this one. I really did. I thought I was really vibing to it, and I kind of yeah.
I think it generally earns its wages, and I do pay the bowl a fairly generous wage for a Purple Bowl. So, but basically, I think this one's probably gone under the radar a little bit in slaps because it's just the one comment on there, no saves, a few 4 plays until we came along here. So, but then if you put it in a big band category and there's hardly anybody in big band, and you don't put it in jazz where there's more people, then it's not going to get heard so much. So I think this one will go under the radar. But I think it's probably more worthy of attention than much that's on slaps. It's better than a lot of stuff on there. So
yeah.
It was all right. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't mind hearing more from Zach, actually. If that's the kind of stuff he does, then I think, yeah, it could be interesting. I mean, he could combine quite well with Andrew Brown that we heard, who did the Reality Is. You remember the
yeah, that was a good song as well. So
they should join forces, and together they could rule the universe.
I think that's it. I think the biggest fault here is he put it in the wrong category. Otherwise, it's a good song. It's a reasonable song.
Well, it's not the biggest fault. I'm going to say that the mastering aspect of the song is the bigger fault, because it's the volume is so low that you really you have to crank up the speakers just to hear it a little bit, right? So
that put you in your place, Monkey, didn't it?
It did indeed. I feel quite ashamed actually. I might leave.
Oh, come back, please, monkey. Oh no, actually, Tom's got a big.
All's forgiven.
Oh wow, that was easy.
Yeah.
I'm over it.
Okay, good. Well,
Just keep eating your nuts.
Monkey nuts.
moving on to our track 4 of the night here. It says that it's listed as pop. The name of the song is called Home. It is by The Laptops. What do we got going on here, Carl?
Oh, how apt is that? Home, as you've just moved into your new home, you've got your laptop there just set up, so this couldn't be a more appropriate song. However, they're not in Florida, they're in Rochester, New York, USA. So it says, attempting to throw a wrinkle, that's wrinkle, into electronic music. More music to come. So no influences listed here, but I can tell you some of the comments on here. One says nice, one says I like this, vocals fire, nice, I like it, with one of those, and shit's underrated. It certainly is. I love a good shit. So it says this one is that's, oh no, sorry, I'm giving you the comments for another song.
Totally different artist.
It's from the same band, of course, but it was a different song of theirs. So, well, comments on this one, I'm not going to go through those now. Oh, one does say whoosh. Audience, see if you agree. Is it whoosh or that shit week?
Aye is another one there. Look. Aye.
Oh man, with a comment like whoosh, what could go wrong? Here we go. Home by The Laptops. Let's check it out. And that was the well, it's not the laptops. It just says laptops with a song called "Home." Carlos Finega.
Okay, so yeah, immediately. So this is an interesting oral experience, and I mean oral for the ears before you say anything. It pricks the ears with nice sounds, so it's just pokey and interesting and fun. It's catchy. The vocals are nice, and I like the way the song's just quite playful in its whole outlook and feel, and the way it's produced. Sort of almost like a Sophie Ellis-Bextor style song, in a way. And we had Emily Powell the other week with Levitating, and she's put "This is fun." So I do agree with that. So on the whole, keeping my comments a bit shorter, I shall agree and say a whoosh.
Whoosh on the whole. Smart monkey.
Whoosh on the whole. Yeah. I really like this song, actually. I love electronic music, and they said something about attempting to throw a wrinkle into electronic music. I think they've done a really good job of it. The interesting thing is it has an almost 80s style to it, and I think that's partly down to the drums that are playing, and maybe an element of the vocals as well. And yet you've got this kind of and there's almost an 80s element to the synths, but there's also a very modern element to these synths going on through it as well. So they actually managed to pull off what is quite a clever and interesting track. And, the more I hear it, the more I like it. It's interesting because it's called Home. And one of the things, because we know that I do this visual thing, one of the things I could have seen this actually being in was a Pixar Disney style film. And of course, there was that movie Home, and it could have sat very well in that. It's very upbeat, very fun. And I thought it was really good. I really enjoyed it.
I agree. The comment "fun" was definitely kind of like spot on. So it was a good song. I've definitely in my notes had written down that this definitely has a place in the 80s, 90s. And I would dare to say that this is kind of like, like I could see the Spice Girls probably performing this, Beyonce, Paula Abdul, one of the bigger stars. It is a catchy beat. There's a catchy melody to it. The lyrics aren't bad, and it seems like the production is kind of like, it's good. It's not phenomenal, I'm going to say from my standpoint, because I think that the lyrics can be the vocals could be a bit more accentuated. But I think that the compression that was done on the drums and all throughout the song was working pretty well. So in this case, just beef up those vocals just a tad, and I think that the song will just be that much better for it. Otherwise, I think that very good job. Nice. I did enjoy it. So fun.
I did wonder if it fell foul of some of those criticisms that you had in the past, where you said the vocals may have been recorded over the track afterwards, and I wonder if that's what's happened here, because the rest of the track is very well mixed and mastered, and then these vocals are a little bit lost in it, and they almost feel like they've been recorded over the top. Not quite to the same standard. Nothing wrong with the vocals. It's more about the recording quality of the vocals. So I agree with you, Tom, on that one.
No, yeah, like the overlaid vocals is definitely one of my bigger problems, and it does kind of sound like the vocals are not in the mix. So it kind of does sound like that. But like I said, if you mix it correctly, you get the vocals in where they need to be, and you accentuate them just that much more. Put a little bit of echo, put a little bit of reverb, maybe put a little bit of delay on them and everything like that, and everything will start to work out fine, I think, because that song, once again, it was fun. So I enjoyed it, and once again, good job. Carl put on his reading glasses, and
yes, that can only mean one thing. Hush, tish, pish. Here we are with Cornwall Bluff. Ding, 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 ding.
Hush, tish, pish.
Hush your tones. Let's start again. So last week,
just giving yourself a new job. Now you got to come up with an intro for "Call My Bluff."
Tom did well last week and won. The audience came second, and Rob came third. But so that win can Tom consolidated win this week? So we're going to start with the first word is veridical. So VERIDICAL. And does it mean A, green, abundant in life? B, honest, truthful? Or C, a papal decree ordering the excommunication of a heretic? So is veridical A, green, abundant in life, B, honest, truthful, or C, a papal decree ordering the excommunication of a heretic? What are your thoughts?
Most definitely B.
Okay, Tom's going for B. What about
I'm
you,
going
Rob?
A.
Rob's
Because
going
there,
for A.
there's green, isn't it? There, green. Yeah, why not?
Good thinking. I like your thinking there.
Thank you.
Audience. They're swayed by both of you, but they can't make up their minds. What are they going to go with? You're going to go for B, audience. Okay. Okay. You're actually correct. Tom and the audience are correct. Rob, unfortunately,
This is how we do it here.
it's...
This is how we do it here. Not like this.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Means two different things, though, really. So, so basically, it's honest and truthful. How did you come to that conclusion, Tom, when you said it's got to be B?
Veritas, truthful.
Verified, veritas. Yep. Okay, fair enough. Yep. So Latin stem.
Veritas.
Absolutely.
Isn't that the place where people go and die? Oh no, that might be the.
Yep. Tom knows his Latin stems. Right. Okay. So the next one is
Makes it sound dirty, Carl.
100% male audience. Don't forget. Right. So we've got ways. Next is Ways Goose. So that's WAYZ Goose, GOOSE, Ways Goose. So is it A, an annual celebration in the printing trade normally marked with a dinner for the employees of a firm? With dinner. B, a traditional fair in Nottinghamshire which included goose racing? Or C, another name for the common thistle? Thistle turn out for the best. So, Ways Goose, is it A, an annual celebration in the printing trade normally marked with dinner for the employees of a firm? B, a traditional fair in Nottinghamshire which included goose racing? Or C, another name for the common thistle?
Is this all British?
It probably is British. Yes, sounds about British, doesn't it? British.
So
Ways Goose. Wise Goose.
Wise Goose.
Yes,
wow.
not to be mistaken with Wise Goose, a clever duck. So, what's it going to be?
I'm going to have to go with C on this one.
Tom's going for C. What about you, Rob? Are you going to do your usual and go?
Yes.
No, you.
I was going to go different because that makes
Go
it more
different,
interesting.
Yeah.
Got to go different. So it's going to be A or B because it's gone C. So I'll go D. Oh no, I don't get this game. How's it work? I'm going to go with, and it's ridiculous, but I'm going with A.
You're going with A, audience.
Watch this.
Are you sure, audience? You want to go with Rob? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You're going with A. So it's actually A, an annual celebration in the printing trade, normally marked with dinner for the employees of a firm, a Ways Goose.
Yes.
So currently it stands at audience 2, Tom 1, Rob 1. So so there we are.
Yeah.
Hush,
Oh, so
hush.
we're moving on with the show. Okay, I thought we were going to have a tiebreaker, but no, you're
No, we tend to have round 2. Don't forget we've got round
It'll
2,
be round
or
2.
3 and 4, whatever it is.
Uncharted
Later on.
Course.
It's riveting.
It's unbearable excitement for the audience. I know they have to flick on and go straight to the end of the show and then watch the rest of it.
Well, get the rest of our answers to call our bluff here also, and do visit the video description below. Find the links to all these fantastic musicians that we've been reviewing thus far. And once again, folks, if you'd like to hook up with any of us, or link up, I should say, with any of us.
Hey. My number will be at the bottom here if you want to hook up anytime.
All of our links will be in the video description below. So Smart Monkey, Carlos Fernando, and myself will be there. And feel free to link up with us anytime that you like. So moving on, we have Uncharted Course with Higher. What do we got?
Right, what do we got? So let's have a look. Uncharted Course, I've got it right, is higher. So we've had Uncharted Course fairly recently for show closer. You may recall we had that sort of big sort of ballad song called Burning Away. And this one, the description to the song from the band is, I'm so excited about this one, I might shave my dog. I don't know if that's a euphemism. But the comments from people, slappers on Slaps is, do your thing, keep grinding, fam. Higher! Dope. Nice work, bro. And this is nicey. So, yeah, lots of comments. So cool. Nice cover. And shit's tight. There's a lot of shit going around. Strange. But I think they mean tight band.
I think they must have watched the show before with the nice. They must have heard Rob there. But listen, Uncharted Course with Higher. These are not bad stats. Posted 1 month ago. 348 plays, 21 saves, 374 fires. So far with those stats, it looks like a song worth checking out at 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Hearted by Uncharted Course. Let's check it out. Oh, Mr. Smart Monkey, take it away.
Okay, so my first comment is I don't recommend shaving your dog at any time, really, unless by a professional. But if it is a euphemism, shave away. Okay, the track. Uncharted Course. They're a good fun band, and they've got quite a following on Slaps of Uncharted Course, and they're quite active on there as well. So I've seen comments from Uncharted Course on other things as well, including some of my music. So I think that's a great kind of communal element that they bring to it all. And like I say, they've got quite a good following there. I find that their music is, it reminds me very much of the live bands that I would go and watch back in sort of the 80s. And it's got that very much that kind of retro feel to it. And you know, you can imagine that they're a good fun band to go and watch and would get a good energy and a good vibe going. I find that when they put their music up on to Slaps, it lacks that kind of production quality, and I would love to hear one of their tracks just given that bit of TLC in the older in the recording aspects of it, because you know they're a good, fun, lively band, and I think it would kind of translate quite well if they spent a few buckaroos on going to a studio and getting it recorded. I got nothing. There's nothing wrong with this. It's fun. It's musically very, you know, they're a solid band. They're musically very good and very talented. Just go and spend some bucks and get it recorded is what I'd say.
Carlos Fandango, do you agree with that analysis?
Well, I think so. I mean, we had this the other week. The Uncharted Course actually did I think, have some dialogue with us saying that actually, yes, it was a partially live track, the other one, and partially studio recording. I suspect this is probably the same thing where it's, I think for me, what Rob's probably picking up on is the same thing as me, but I'm looking at it from the angle of it just needs a bit more guts in the mix. So it just feels like it needs just a bit more bravado and oomph to it. That would be my only criticism of it, because I actually really like it. It's something about it, and I can tell you it's definitely rooted in the past. It's got retro flavors of all sorts. So you've got so it starts out with a sort of quite a cool riff, actually, very Santana-esque riff, as is the solo. It's very Santana sort of solo. But you've also got that chord stop moment. So, and that's a very sort of Santana Black Magic Woman type thing, and therefore, yeah, the original Fleetwood Mac sort of sound. You've also got dum 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 dum. So that's that sort of Eurythmics, Who's That Girl, seeping into it. That's the counter melody in Who's That Girl, a version of it. There's a bit of Sunshine of Your Love type thing in the break, which then changes key and then up, then back down again. So quite clever. So it's got lots of sort of familiar sounds in there. It's not quite Sunshine of Your Love, but it's alluding to it. So and the vocals are a little bit like, for me, sort of Jefferson Airplane type sort of vocals. But yeah, nice long solo, good fade out, and solid song again. I think, yeah, just a sort of alternate mix in the production would be good.
Agreed. I'm pretty sure that I'm going to have the same comments today that I did the last time. Although I'm looking at Uncharted Course's profile here. I don't know if we mentioned this last time or not, but 222.30 comment to track ratio.
Yeah, considering they've uploaded 20 tracks, that's really high.
It's very high. They're really doing a lot of work. They're really pulling their weight and commenting on musicians and everything like that. So mad respect to you for that. I did have high hopes for this song here. I think that we're definitely on more of an 80s, 90s kind of like retro vibe type show than anything else today. So the song was enjoyable. The same criticisms is if we're going to do a published version, let's spend a couple of dollars and get the production correct. Otherwise, you know, we're just pretty much recording live at this point. So again, nothing wrong with the song at all. It was very vibey. And at first, what I was thinking is once we got to about the 3.5 minute mark, is I'm like, the song is about a minute too long already. But when the Carlos Santana style guitar solo came in and really, kind of like completed the rest of the song, then I was just like, okay, well now I can justify the extra minute to this, right? It's because we're basically having a conversation with the guitar, and the guitar is really, really bringing some liveliness to this song. But you know what? I'll tell you what. Friday night, as we're recording this show, maybe later on, I'll hit up a tiki bar and maybe I will see this band live. And that's exactly what I would love to do, is see a band like this on the beach with people partying, having a good time, having drinks, having dinner and whatnot. And this is where I think that their place is. So again, for the music and for the support for the other underground musicians, then can't do anything but say thank you, Uncharted Course, and keep up the good work. Yep.
Here.
Agreed.
Agreed
more.
Damn it! I agree more than he agreed.
Fucking agreed infinity.
Triple agreed.
That was our song number 5 of our regularly scheduled show here. We're about to take our break, and during the break, what we're going to listen to is direct submission track, which is going to be our new thing going on here. Direct submission from Belton with a song that's called Just Fine. And after the break, we will be back to review this one. So check out Belton with Just Fine, and I guess swoosh with no pen at all. Just
not even a pen in the new house.
Fine. No, I'm still at the old place. Remember, there's a whole story that's going on here. So
yeah.
Yes. Swoosh. There we go.
Sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I should have done the swoosh yet. So
you do whoosh instead, because we've had whoosh. Whoosh is great. I like whoosh.
Yeah, whoosh.
whoa. Hold on. Let me get back to the original schedule, the kind of like scheduled programming here. So as we take our break, please do enjoy Belton with Just Fine. I am DJ X Tech. With me, as always, is Carlos Fending and Smart Monkey. Together, we are putting the us back into music.
Can you please like, subscribe, and share? I will find the music that you love to hear.
And don't forget to click on the notifications so you get videos as soon as Tom uploads them. Whoopee! Whoosh!
Huzzah! I say we'll be back right after this for you. It will be completely seamless. Even though you're going to have to listen to a song.
You are different from the rest. You can strive to be the
Welcome back, everyone, for our second half of the Underground Sound. We did our traditional outro, so we're just going to jump right into this. You just heard Brooklyn Belton with Just Fine. Mr. Smart Monkey, since you're eager to go on with the review, let's hear it.
Yeah, so I was giving them a little sneak preview of my thoughts on this one. I really enjoyed this. Really enjoyed it. It was I thought it was a solid production on this. I thought a really good track. It's again a bit of that kind of I want to say sorry, someone just a little message popped up and I was like, what? But yeah, a little bit of that Californian rock style, but there's almost like punky elements to this as well. And so I'm getting shades of Blink-182 again, and there's, you know, because it's almost got that skater rock kind of feel to it. There's this Avril Lavigne feel to it as well, although only slightly, if I was honest. The opening line and those lyrics remind me a little bit of Jimmy Eat World's The Middle, and that kind of motivational kind of voice in someone's head that sort of says you're going to be all right, you're going to be fine. It's a solid rock track. It's got a really good vibe. Sounds awesome on my headphones. Loving the guitar, loving the vocals, loving the lyrics. I think I love it, actually. So this one could be my top 3.
That is quite interesting, Carlos Fandango.
That is very interesting. It's very, very interesting. So, yeah, very punchy, poppy, lively production, crunchy guitars, and yes, so it's a nice sort of driving song with a positive message. Of course, it's sort of very much a sort of loop chord type of song, so it doesn't change a lot. I mean, it's a shortish, 3-minute pop song, so it doesn't need to change too much. I think I'd like to hear something like a bridge being quite a bit different, or something, a change of direction in the song to make it more interesting, so that then by the time the chorus goes into its refrain and coda, it doesn't sound like you've heard it all before too much, and it outstays its welcome, if you know what I mean. So there might be ways of just changing that and maybe giving it a bit more ebb and flow, but overall really good production. One thing I would say as a critique to Brooklyn is regards to lyrics. There's a lot of single syllable lyrics in there being stretched out to 2 syllables and so forth. So examples I would have is things like "don't worry," so that could be "hey, don't worry." So "hey, don't worry," so you can fill those with nice little filler words. And the reason I'm saying this is because I noticed it, and I was then listening to just all those moments where the syllables are stretched out. So nothing's ever, that bit, out of reach. And I think you could say nothing's ever really out of reach. So you can always construct the sentences just so it's easy to sing, easier on the ears, and still make sense. So I think I would say, Brooklyn, yeah, just keep working at that. Keep writing lyrics because they get better and better.
I quite liked that element to it. I thought it added something to the song. So I actually personally quite like the stretched out kind of style to the vocals. So yeah,
it added syllables where there weren't any. So, but that would be my critique, because I ended up listening just to that, and I was thinking, now I should be listening to the song, not to the detail like that, So that's the only thing. That was my main thing that I think I would like to see just slightly improved.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with Carl on this one. Is that the
1-0.
Say what?
1-0.
1-0.
Up yours, monkey.
Nah, I liked it. You're wrong.
No, I don't think he's wrong. I think honestly, the lyrical stylings made the song kind of sound a bit monotone. So it really didn't have a lot of oomph into it or anything like that. Now, as I say that, I do agree with you, Rob, is that, we do definitely have like Avril Lavigne stylings in here, and it's a nice skater punk kind of like rock song and everything like that. So the production quality overall is pretty good, but I just do think that, it almost sounded as if Brooklyn is a bit shy, so when she's hopping on the mic with the whole vocalization of the song, it sounds monotone like that, maybe for that reason. I know that some singers are shy. Maybe this is the first song. We really don't have too much information on it. Again, this is a direct submission that was submitted on the Underground Sound. So if you would like to submit your song, by the way, to the Underground Sound as a direct submission, then hop onto usundergroundsound.com, and there you'll see the music submission tab, and you could submit it there, and then we'll give it our critique there. But I do think that would be my only kind of only kind of thing that I dislike about this song was the fact that the vocals sounding monotone shows just kind of like maybe a lack of showmanship, right? So the shyness may be coming through a bit, but I definitely think that if you break through that shyness and maybe take a little bit of Carl's advice here as well, that it could definitely be a poppy song. So nothing wrong with the song overall. Again, it's just minor details. So folks, once again, if you like Brooklyn's song or any of the other songs that you have heard this evening so far, then do hop onto the video description below and find the links to all these fantastic artists and go show some love. Save them, shoot some fire, and add them onto your Spotify playlist, whatever the case may be, and share them with your family and friends if you like. And I have no idea what Rob's going to do.
I'm just typing into the comments that, Brooklyn, I liked your song and I liked your vocals. I'm just keying it in a very
pretend way,
theatrical way, but I did like your song, Brooklyn. I'm backing you on this one.
No, I'm back in Brooklyn too. I'm back in Brooklyn. There was I sung that because there was an old song sung by Bruce Forsyth, I'm back in Britain. But yeah, basically I think that's showing a lot of promise for Brooklyn. So my critique would be said from the right place, as we always do, but just to improve things and ways to improve. I think as for the shyness, yeah, interestingly, her profile picture on SoundCloud looks like she's actually got quite a lot of confidence. But as with often these things, yes, it's the front and the bravado may betray the actual true feelings of lacking the shyness and the lacking confidence. And then there's the shyness in front of a mic and having the confidence to know, you just got to really go for it and exaggerate slightly, because then it will come across better. Because sometimes when you think you're singing it exaggerated, it's not. It's just quite it's not doesn't come across as much. So you just really got to give it everything you got. Act out those lyrics, really go for it, because I think she's got a lot of promise there.
Act it out, darling. Act it out. Very theatrical.
Yeah, very much agreed. Just that a little bit more umph, a little bit more showmanship, and I think that song and your career for that music, Brooklyn, can go a very long way. So before we head on to the regularly scheduled track number 6, we do have a message, fellas, that reads, "You dudes are dope as fuck. You just say what you say. I like that. For real, though, you got to play more rap and hip hop. Anyway, keep on doing what you're doing, and you're going to fly high in the sky like a sweet apple pie. You know what I'm saying?"
Who's that from, Tom?
Nelly.
Nelly. Oh, wow, that's pretty cool. That's the multi-million selling US hip hop and rap artist. So if I remember, he had hits such as Ride With Me, Country Grammar, Dilemma, and It's Getting Hot in Here. Something like that. So take off all your clothes.
Negative, sir. That's Nelly Jones from Exeter in Devon, England. Not to be confused with the multi-million selling U.S. hip hop and rap artist who had such hits as Ride with Me, Country Grammar, and Dilemma.
Ah, surprise, surprise. Here we go again.
Yeah, she says, I love Cornish men, drinking cider, getting bladdered, random hookups, and listening to the underground sound. I enjoy my job at the market, but most of all, I like touring around the West Country in my hot pink VW camper van, together with my faithful dog, Sniffer, by my side. Say, isn't... say.
Active, darling, active. Make it natural.
Isn't that your neck of the woods, Rob?
Well, yeah, Devon's close. I'm a Cornish boy, but Nelly, I think I may know her. I think I might have met her in Newland Fish Market. Smelly Nelly, we used to jokingly call her. She was pretty cheap, actually. Got crabs from her. And sometimes she would throw scallops in there too. Lovely lady.
Excellent, nice. So you know from the fish market. Interesting. Dilemma.
So we got through that one rather well, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it wasn't bad.
Faithful dog Sniffer.
Sniffer. I nearly called it Lady Sniffer. No, I nearly said
comma in there, though.
I nearly put, because I wasn't sure if it was going to be a dog or a bitch. I nearly put bitch Sniffer. So I had a few different variations.
Variations of what?
Of ways to do this. I just,
Do what?
Oh, I mean, to present the message. Yeah, it's not scripted. That's right. Anyone who's new to this show, we get messages from people, and often we think they're stars, but they're not. But totally unscripted.
All right. Along to the next track, much like this show. Can my Drake? I don't remember what's going on.
That's not always the order of things I do it. So basically, this is Trenton Chandler, and he's from Key West in Florida. Again, your neck of the woods, Tom. So, Florida. Well, it's Florida. I mean, same
it's America.
Yeah, same state.
It may as well be the Caribbean, honestly.
Next door neighbor. So he's a Texan living in paradise. Well, there you go. Tom, Florida's paradise. Trenton grew up listening to the Outlaws playing all over Texas, made the jump to Nashville and learned his trade playing in the honky tonks up and down Broadway. Has written over 400 songs and counting. His music is country fried Southern music with soul. Oh, I like the sound of that. Says here, influences include, as you would expect, some of the greats: Marty Robbins, Hank Williams, Bob Dylan, John Denver, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, Willie Nelson, and Waylon Jennings, many others. And basically, yeah, this one is I Came, I Drank, I Don't Remember. And it says Jimmy Buffett, good artist, meets Charlie Daniels. If you remember Charlie Daniels' band, that was the Dev Went Down to Georgia. Drink Your Cares Away with I Came, I Drank, I Don't Remember.
There we go. Trenton Chandler says it's Texas country fried rock. Yeah, I just...
You got to do the Rob thing now from now on. Country. Oh, you're at it now as well.
Texas country fried rock. Let's check it out.
Well, my woman broke my heart, so I thought I'd make a new start. Bought a one-way ticket to paradise, hanging on the island sure sounds nice. Gonna live like Jimmy Buffett, gonna tell the whole world to shove it. Gonna spend my days just drinking my cares away. And I came, I drank, I don't remember. I bought 50 shots for my new friends, and the party never ends. I wanted to forget her, but then I forgot. I came, I drank, I don't remember. Don't know how I got home, but I'm not alone. I can't remember her name, but she sure is a pretty little thing. I'm gonna put some booze in a blender, soon it will render. A little hangover helper for me, and what's her name? Yeah, I came, I drank, I don't remember. I bought 50 shots for my new friends, and the party never ends. Well, I wanted to forget her, but then I forgot. I came, I drank, I don't remember. I'll play, boys. Some folks deal with a heartache by talking to a shrink. Me, I'll take a Key West sunset and pour me another drink. I came, I drank, I don't remember. I bought 50 shots for my new friends, and the party never ends. Well, I wanted to forget her, but then I forgot. I came, I drank, I don't remember. Well, I came, I drank, I don't remember. That's right.
All right, that was Trenton Chandler with "I Came, I Drank, I Don't Remember." And Carl, I'm pretty surprised that you wrote like one paragraph here. Nice work again, solid all around, playful and fun, just like Jimmy Buffett. Good job. Care to elaborate?
That's not bad. Yeah, I didn't put nicey. That's strange.
That's a nice.
Would you like me to take this one away? Take it away, Carlos. Well, okay. So, as with a lot of our country songs, we've got solid production, good musicianship, great musicianship, actually, punchy drums, nice fiddle, a nice fiddle interludes and things, pianos, guitars, nice crisp guitar playing, and a good 50s sounding, early 60s, late 50s sounding guitar solo interspersed with the pedal steel guitar. Really good. Lyrics, very much a storytelling song, a good bar song, that's for sure. Catchy chorus, one that you can foot tap to, dance to, with punctuated with lots of stop starts. I came, dun, dun, all those kind of things make a big difference to a song. So songwriters out there, take heed from this one. Heed, and heed again. Basically, yeah, it's a good little technique to use. So do use it. Really good. Great song.
All right, Carlos Fandango. Throwing it over to Smart Monkey.
Yep. Take some good heed. This is a good song. It's a proper kind of country rock style track. Lot going on in it. Quite a quite talented band, actually. There's so many different members playing the various instruments there that like I say, there's a lot going on. You got your guitar, you got your honky tonk style piano. I think it's like a honky stonk, honky stonk,
honky stonk,
honky stonky kind of piano. You got your rocking guitar, and then you got that fiddle, and we all like a good fiddle, don't we?
We do.
It's really nicely produced. has a really good, fun, upbeat vibe to it. It really is quite a good, fun track, actually, and the lyrics just convey that. It's really cracking from that side of it. You just know that this would be brilliant live, especially in like a kind of festival or something like that. This band would have everyone just leaping around, and yeah, I really enjoyed it. You know, country can be a bit of an odd one for me. It's not something that I particularly follow, but every now and then when a good track comes along, you just love it and you can't help but love it. And this is one of them.
Yeah, I'm becoming more and more of a fan, you know, as we progress through the show, as far as this genre of music is concerned.
Well, I thought you were just about to say I'm becoming more and more of a country fan. Which we would have agreed, of course.
It's just it really seems like the more and more we listen to this genre, the better and better that the songs actually get. And from a production standpoint, I got to say, if you think of how many elements there are added into that song, so if you have 7, 8, 9 band members all playing a different instrument, the amount of time that it takes to get this production rolling to sound the way that it does, because this sounds like a properly kind of like recorded session. This doesn't really sound like a live session, but I'm pretty sure that the live session would be good as well. But if you just take into consideration the amount of time that all of that takes, then it is dumbfounding. So even if you're a solo artist and you work your music and you're adding, you know, layers and vocals and everything, then you know how time consuming that can be. Now just imagine having to do that for, you know, multiple instruments, and this is what you end up with. And I got to say that Trenton has got something great going on here, honestly. So really catchy song, really nice live vibe to it. So whether it be a live band or a recorded band inside the studio, I think that there's definitely a lot of people, whether it be in Florida, Alabama, throughout the world, that really can latch on to this type of music here. So.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't even mentioned, of course, about the vocals. I mean, the lead vocal, really great country voice and deep sort of timbre to his vocals, and crisp, clear singing. Really good, top notch. Nice
southern twang to the voice. It definitely fits the music. So yeah, I'm in agreement. It's just it's honestly it's just a really overall just really good song. Can't complain. And again, it's I've not been a huge fan of country in the past, but honestly, as we progress with the show and we listen to more of these independent musicians, then I am just becoming that much more of a fan. So please, folks, do check out the video description below. Find the links to these artists if you have liked these songs, and throw them on your playlist. Once again, show them some love somehow. Send a fire, save the song, share it on your social media platform, and let's get the word out on these underground and independent musicians. Maybe country's not your genre, maybe it's electronic. We do try to cover a lot on this show here. So once again, if you'd like to link up with any of the hosts here, then do visit the video description below for that as well. And I kind of remember this name, because it sounds like Lakkabrah.
That's right, yes. Lakkabrah, whatever we decided it was.
Right.
They're back again on the show. This one's called Karma Arcade. It says it's a song I wrote about being there for one another because life can be a little hard sometimes. The comments on this, love it, love the vibe. Hey, bro, I like your vibe. So a lot about the vibe of the song. I love it. Well, clever rhythm patterns and vocals. Very good, deep, and nice voice. Very interesting. So lots of positive comments on there. Lots about the vibe and instrumentation and stuff. So I think we could. Well, I don't know. Let's see what you think. I'm curious to know what you think about this one. That includes you, audience. Tell us what you think.
All right. Lakkabrah, Karma Arcade, available on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and YouTube. From the little kind of like icons here, I should say. So apparently has a really good vibe. Let's check it out.
We stand around like dirty little clowns, 'cause yes we know that we were right, we were raised up for a fight, only no one show. And what's your story? What is your story? I don't understand. But you seem worried, brother, you seem worried. Should I hold your hand? Oh, there you're seated, you seem broken and defeated. This hour is depleted. I hope you've got some hope left for this life. Oh, oh, yeah. This life, oh, oh, yeah. This life, oh, oh, yeah. It's from our hearts, our messed up little hearts, and there it goes. Right out our mouths, our dirty fucking mouths, to where I don't know. And what's your story? What is your story? I don't understand, I don't. But you seem worried, brother, you seem worried. Let me hold your hand. 'Cause there you're seated, you seem broken and defeated. This hour is depleted. I hope you've got some hope left for this life. Oh, oh, yeah. This life, 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 oh, oh, yeah.
And that was the Karma Arcade by Lakkabrah. Smart Monkey, let me know. Tell me about it.
Yeah, I liked this. It reminded me very much of Radiohead and Tom York in its kind of style, and it's a nice bit of alternative rock. I enjoyed the guitar work on it. I like the little guitar solos, these little sort of quick, rapid ways that it's played. I really liked the beautifully well placed F-bomb in that right out our mouths. I won't repeat the whole thing because you know, it's
We
a
don't
little
swear
bit,
on this channel.
yeah, it's a little bit naughty, and I don't swear, unlike Tom, who's just potty mouth. But I thought it's a really well placed opportunity to use that, and when you do use it well, when you use the F-bomb well, it resonates well and it makes a very powerful line. And I think that particular part of the lyrics was very, very powerful because of the result of that. Nice production, good lyrics. Really enjoyed it. Big fan of Radiohead, so this is quite similar. So this could well be in my top 3.
Very interesting, Carlos Vanego.
This is definitely a grower, not a shower. I think this one, as we've sort of mentioned before. Lakkabrah. Right, yeah. So I'm picking up on the Radiohead side of things, and not least of all in the vocal delivery and the style of the song construction. I mean, it's ear-catching with its sounds from the get-go. You've got some nice synth sounds, unusual little quirky little sounds in there, punchy guitar moments in there, and solos, and certainly a very sort of crisp drum sound as well. The vocals, he's got a great tenderness, a wonderful tenderness in his voice, and his vocal delivery is really good. Now, we said before with the previous song, which was I've Been Talking to People, we said it's all about the lyrics with the sort of centerpiece, everything's sort of woven around these wonderful lyrics. And I think these are very personal, honest lyrics, like one half of a conversation, and they don't all have to rhyme. Very much, as Rob said, like a Tom York kind of lyric and composition, because a lot of the time it's just stuff. It's not composed like a rhyming song. It's just words that work. I take on your point about the F-bomb. I'm not one for, a great one for, for liking swearing in songs, but it works there. I think we got by quite nicely without all the swearing years ago, but it's one of those things that's in music these days, and it is a standout line. So what the hey, it works fine in this song. I think this track is a bit of a dark horse, and now I've heard it again, I think it might end up in my top 3. It may do. It's a contender for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm just...
Why is it not coming off me?
That what?
That's it. It was just the camera was just staying on me all the time for some reason. And
Because you said beautiful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. It might take a second to catch on to here. Yeah. So I like the song. I'm very much with you both with the Radiohead vibe. I kind of like. I think I made the same comments for the last song that we did. Is also I think that he very much has Murdoch's vocals, from the Gorillaz. So it's kind of a Gorillaz style, but I definitely feel that the vibe of the song overall is Radiohead. So whether you're talking about Creep or any other ones was there, I think that it's really well done. It's very mellow. It's kind of like thought-provoking. The production quality is there, and I mean the song just sounds great. The vocals are great. So I mean, I really don't know how much more to add to this song than I did to the last, because I'm pretty sure that my comments will start to sound repetitive. But they good song, great vocals, and just a great vibe overall. So yeah, nice, good. If you gentlemen feel like you need to add something else, please do.
I'd just like to say noise.
Sorry, I got to keep on checking.
And Tom from over here in Kent, England, it's also nice. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you. Here we go with the second installment of the Purple Destiny.
Yeah, now you two were saying last week about we've put Owl on ice, as it were, just for this week. Just to have
on ice. Poor Owl. Is he in the freezer?
Oh
God!
He's just resting his ass
in the cooler. Been a bit of a bad boy. He's I just needed a bit of a break. I think just getting a bit big for his boots, maybe. And you also mentioned about having a sock puppet of sorts. So I had to sort of just quickly muster up something. And so we've got this. I didn't have time to sew buttons on or googly eyes. So we've got this. You can name it Cyril the Sock Puppet, whatever you want to name.
What colour is that?
Sorry.
What colour is it? Is that like pink?
Well, no, it's a white sport. It's a white sports sock, but it's probably pink because of this. It's old bedroom, so it's a little bit pink. Hence me being a bit pink and purple. But I think the face is quite expressive, quite smiley. So and it can pick out. It can pick out things like, you know, so unfortunately it picks out a bunch at a time. So, you know, so you choose. It looks like it's got teeth now. And yeah, whether it's got a voice or not, who knows? We may have to.
Oh my god.
I've got red face now.
Audience,
Monkey like that, doesn't it?
to the audience there, if you'd like to name him, please do leave the comments in the comment section below. We will take the best name that we can get, because
it's mental. Right, okay. So let's go for it. So are you ready to? Yep. So ready to choose. So you say when you want Cyril Sock Puppet, I don't know, to dive in. You just call it and it will dive in. So ready, okay. I'll scoosh it around, and you choose. Say when.
Go.
Look at that mad face. Excited. Ready? You're gonna call it.
Chuck him up the air, and I wanted to catch on.
Oh, that's good. Oh, that's not a bad idea, actually. Yeah. No. I've still got a few left. Ready? Okay, here we go. I'll chuck him up on the air again. Whoa! Oh, you missed again. Stuff is. Oh, sorry.
Oh my god, my ribs are aching.
Ready? Let's try and catch again. Ready? I'll tell you what. They've all gone. I'll just pick that one up. There we go. Right. Okay.
Oh
So there you go. So we've got one there. If you can see it, it's Ultra Rock. That's crazy. Oh dear.
Oh my god.
Oh. Right, so, and we'll find out if it's the sock of rock or not. Sock of rock. Right, you go have a little rest while we listen to this track. Right, so what's did you have any jokes? Rob or Tom? Well, actually, I suppose Rob, because Tom's looking up the track.
Yeah. How do you top that though? I was going to tell you a brilliant joke about time travel, but unfortunately you didn't like it.
Oh, I see. Yeah, that's clever.
That was good. I thought it was very
Yeah,
clever.
it's a good one. Clever one.
So I went to the doctor's today, and I told him I couldn't stop stealing things. He said, "Oh, that's not good." He said, "Take these tablets for 2 weeks, and if they don't work, can you get me a 4K 67-inch TV?"
Oh yes, yeah.
I've got a fit of the giggles now.
Yeah, I think Sock liked it. Right, so
I bought 2 litres of correction fluid yesterday.
Ooh.
Huge mistake.
These sound like Tim Vine jokes.
They do, don't they?
Right. So, what have we got, Tom?
Hold on, let's let my brain start functioning here again. From the introduction of the sock puppet to this to the latest jokes.
Well, I like all the things he can do with his face. It's a good face puller, this one.
He's good, yeah.
Yeah.
Fight?
I'll give him a voice, I think.
Oh, we're going to give it a voice?
Sorry?
Were you going to give it a voice?
Yeah,
Well, possibly. We'll see.
go on, then, give it a voice.
Just struggling to get the... I don't know. We'll think about it, yeah.
All right.
Okay.
He's a bit shy. Well, it doesn't look shy, but he's clearly a bit shy when it really comes down to it. I don't know, what sort of voice do you think he should have?
I don't know.
Or maybe, to make it really impressive, Rob could voice it.
What?
See? Oh, yeah, of course, because you're talking, the camera won't be on it. That won't work.
No.
Didn't think about that one. Well, I could have a voice like this.
Jesus, that's quite a creepy voice, isn't it?
This whole thing's gone crazy. Well, I never thought I'd be doing this for a start. Stop laughing. This is really creepy.
He's got a creepy voice.
Oh, yeah, it's a bit like, yeah. Red rum. Okay, right. What have we got then? Song-wise. Got to pat his eyes down because they keep going to fall off.
Tom's lost it. He's gone. He's gone for the night.
Completely derailed. She was completely derailed at this point.
Okay.
What's going on, Tom?
What's going on?
Tom.
I'll tell you what's going on.
Oh, he's going back into his little wormhole now.
Oh, I've just gone spat in my beer now because I've laughed.
Oh, dear.
Oh, for crying out.
So what have we got?
All right. So, song is called Fight
Hands aching.
Mind by Savage Heartbeats. Presenting screen now.
No, you're not.
What are you putting it back on your foot now?
No, just put it on the other hand. It's aching. I'm doing that in a hurry.
Okay, so the song was posted about 12 minutes ago, probably about 20 minutes ago by the time we're done laughing about this. Right? So, yeah. So this fits in the hip hop, rock, alternative dance, electronic metal with some influences ranging from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, Post Malone, My Chemical Romance, Coldplay, Foo Fighters, Alicia Keys, Miley Cyrus, and so on. The name of the track is Fight Mind. It's alternative rock and electronic by Savage Heartbeats. Let's check it out. I just, after all the laughing that we did, I had to run to the bathroom. So,
You wet yourself.
we have the sock of
What is it? Sock of rock? Well, it wasn't really rock, was it? Rock. It was alternative rock, wasn't it? So is it sock of? I don't know. What do you think that would be? Sock of
shame. Where are we going?
Yeah, sock of shame or so. It wasn't even that really. No, it was sock of nod. He's nodding, so it's a nod sock. So basically, I think Sock quite enjoyed the song, as I did. And basically, I think, sort of instrumental track, if it's alternative rock or not. I suppose there are rock elements to it, but don't know if it's really anything more than sort of a TV soundtrack sort of thing. Don't know. Interesting sounds. It wasn't a bad composition. I don't think the bowl chose too badly, but it was perhaps it's just in the wrong category again. Felt like it was more of a soundtrack instrumental to me. It's all right though. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad listen at all. It wasn't like it was disappointing or anything. It was okay.
I agree on that. Smart monkey.
Well, I'm gonna let the acts of judgment, the pants of, I don't know what you call them. What do you call these in America, Tom?
Boxer briefs.
Yeah, so the briefs of judgment are gonna. What do you reckon? Briefs. Forget it.
I say it stinks.
I think I'll just speak on its behalf. Oh, it's crawling up the wall now. Yeah, it was an unusual track. For me, it just didn't really go anywhere. What was the category that was in?
Alternative rock, alt rock. Yeah,
Didn't really get that myself, but yeah, it wasn't really resonating well with me. So that's it for me.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out why Carl's ripping his eyes off at him.
Oh, because I accidentally ripped his eye, half his eye off. You'll notice with his eyes, he's actually got a slightly lazy eye. Oh, which is very sad.
He's half asleep.
Yeah, a little bit
You
lazy.
were just trying to correct that. Okay.
No, I just ripped it off by mistake. Sorry.
I'm with Rob on this. I gotta say that obviously it doesn't fit into the category that it was put in. I'm trying not to look. I really am.
Come on, Tom. Take the show seriously, for crying out loud.
Yeah, come on now.
What's the matter with?
He can even stick his bottom lip out. I like that as well. Versatile sock, versatile pants.
I can't believe I managed to pull off like a beret look.
Yeah, very good. Perhaps that's the new army wear.
Oh God. I still look forward to Fridays all the time. If nothing more, I know that I'm going to get a good laugh out of everything. So, oh boy, I hesitate to say this while Rob has boxer briefs on his head, but the song lacked a bit of a climax. So it kind of seemed like it was just kind of going through it. I'm going to need to when I finally get settled, I'm gonna need to set up a camera over here so that way get this whole screen and everybody can see what the hell is going on. Rob is wearing boxer briefs on his on his head, drinking a beer, laughing his ass off. He's taking his glasses off, and Carl is drinking a beer with the sock puppet doing all kinds of just weird shit.
It's a bit surreal, isn't it? Yeah, I didn't realize what a sock puppet would be like, but yeah, it adds a different kind of quality to the show, to the owl. Don't say it too loudly though.
Were you worried about him hearing?
Yeah, just in case, because Al could get a bit, cut it up a bit rough, I think. Sharp beak and everything.
Okay. So I'm gonna try not to pay attention to either one of you, and just say that. Nope, not looking.
I think I could be an influence here and start off a whole new trend. I think it's looking cool.
Okay,
That's not bad. It's your pants on the head. They actually do make you do wear it well.
Thank you.
I've got to say,
Thank you very much.
Very stylish.
So to all our viewers, I expect you to follow this trend and let's just see how far it goes.
Well,
if
years ago there was a song called Boxer Beat, and you could have boxer briefs and do that song.
if you do actually put boxer briefs on your head, then shout out the underground sound. Send the video to us, and we'll be sure to put you on the show with Rob as well. Let's see if we can actually get this trend going. But
and likewise, if you can make a sock puppet that's equal or better than our socky, well, we haven't named it yet, but show us your photos of your sock puppet.
Over to you, Tom, back in the studio.
right, well, I've been trying to go on for like an hour now, man.
Yeah, these long critiques of yours, I just don't get it.
Okay, lack of automation, thumbs down. Decent sounding instrumentals, thumbs up. But overall, gotta think that we're just kind of like right in between, because song isn't really kind of fantastic. Again, it lacked a bit of a climax. So, but if you did, folks, enjoy that song, visit the video description below. Visit the video description below and find the links to that track as well. And so add it onto your playlist, and please share it with all your friends and family. And
Oh, it's mental. Right, I'm going to say goodbye to the sock. You go back in your little wormhole thing. Bye.
I think we're going to take 2 cigarette breaks today.
Does that mean I've got to take my boxer briefs off?
I think you should keep him on for the rest of the show. That's pretty.
It's
a cool look.
I might take the wrong pair off.
The last person I saw look like that was the bloke in Down to Earth. No, not Down to Earth. Curiosity Killed the Cat. He wore a sort of hat like that, like a beret.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, I am going to start something here, I think.
Can I ask you where you got those from? Were they just laying on the ground, or did you actually go into the fucking pantry drawer?
I've taken them off.
After track 9, I'll do the final round of Call My Bluff.
Okay, raffle tickets. Thought you had raffle tickets there. Thought we were going to.
Fucking raffle off Carl's drawers.
Raffle off
Rob's
We've got my cacks here that we can raffle.
Oh, yeah.
Who would like to
do that?
Good luck.
Okay. Say when.
So if you'd like to enter the raffle for my underwear, just say in the comments down below.
Which one's this one? Oh, I still haven't done the third one yet. Not that I've even. Second one's on.
Yeah, you haven't introduced the second one. What's the second one?
Can't remember. Well, if that one's May the 4th. Oh, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away.
Far away. Okay. That's button number 2 of 4, if I remember correctly. So you have 2 more songs to show us the rest of them. So
there's another one. There isn't a 4th one if you want.
That one says, "I love Jar Jar Binks." Nice.
Yeah. You Jar Jar Binks. He's a cat.
easily the most lovable character.
He's a cunt.
Star Wars universe.
I shot him straight away. Even if he was on my side. Annoying bastard.
So fun.
Cunt you are, Jar Jar.
I've had a rough week. This is just what I needed right here. All right. Gatlin Katie James, Slip Away.
Indeed, yes. Gatlin Kate James is from Tulsa, Oklahoma, USA. I nearly said UK for some reason. Born in Nashville, Tennessee, Gatlin Kate James was no stranger to music. 4 years old, she began her career as a session vocalist. There we go. But basically, yes, she's been around music for quite a long time now. And but yeah, this one's called Slip Away, and it says, "You've heard it said, when you love someone, let them go. But Slip Away argues that love can conquer all, and what we may need most when we feel like we're drowning is to know that someone is there and willing to help keep our head above water." Well, that's true. Yes, it's always nice to know that. So there's been quite a few comments. Out of 123 plays, there's been 13 saves for this track. So, wow, wonderful song. Love your sound. Level up. I got young talent on my page. Go check it out. Okay. Not sure if this is the right website I've got on here. Sweet Vibes, had to come back and listen again. Such a great track. Good vibey. So with that said, let's see if our audience agrees that it's good vibey.
Good vibey. Gatlin Kate James with Slip Away, also available on Spotify and Apple Music. Let's check it out.
Don't kiss me like you're leaving. I want you to stay. If there's something that you need, then don't hesitate to say it to my face. Show me what you're hiding. I hear it in the way you say my name. Need someone to confide in. Don't carry all the weight. Did you forget that I love you? It's never gonna change. Won't ever quit. I'll stick to you like glue. Hold all of you in place. I won't lie, it's not easy. I keep trying, but it's like you don't need me. I'll do whatever I have to. I won't let you slip away. Love like a glass of champagne, worth the time it takes. Won't let the years go to waste. I want it even if the bottle breaks. Remember all the nights when we danced until the stars lit up the sky. If you need reminding, well, let me be your guide. Did you forget that I love you? It's never gonna change. Won't ever quit. I'll stick to you like glue. Hold all of you in place. I won't lie, it's not easy. I keep trying, but it's like you don't need me. I'll do whatever I have to. I won't let you slip away. We'll find out what can happen to love when it lingers. Time will tell if the spell treats you well, if you're eager. No matter what you do, I'm right here with you. Heaven knows I'm not letting you slip through my fingers. Did you forget that I love you? It's never gonna change. Won't ever quit. I'll stick to you like glue. Hold all of you in place. Give my life without blinking. Only right to hold tight when you're sinking. I'll do whatever I have to. I won't let you slip away.
All right, Gatlin Kate James, Slip Away. Let's take it away, Smart Monkey.
Yeah, nice little upbeat, jaunty start to this one. She reminded me a little bit of an American Lily Allen in a sort of lyrical ways. Maybe a bit of Taylor Swift there as well, perhaps. She's got a really pretty voice, actually. It's a really nice tone to it. And I think you know, the subtlety of the track, because it's a lot more restrained and a lot more gentle in its instrumentation, then, you know, that voice stands out even more. And then gradually the track just builds as it progresses. And it's quite a nice nice little track. You know, there were times where I thought to myself, this could easily translate into quite a rocky number as well, actually. It's worth another listener just sort of think about it from a more of a sort of, a bit like we were saying before about Skater Rock's sort of song. You could see this being quite upbeat as well in its delivery. But yeah, I quite enjoyed it. I thought it was quite a nice song. She's got a lovely voice. Yeah. Good.
Decent song, I thought so myself. Carlos Fanega.
Yeah, I agree. It's a radio-friendly production, commercially viable, contemporary sort of sound to it, slightly quirky in her vocals, but actually unaffected, which is nice because she's not trying to put on a show, a style, or copy anybody. It sounds to me like she's developed already her own unique style, and they are soft vocals, as Rob says. They are nice, easy on the ear. I think this song's probably had the more ebb and flow than any song of the night so far, because yeah, it does sort of build up, quieten down, build up, and you've got the lovely pizzicato strings in there, nice detail, and it's also got the melody of the night. I think there's more melody in this song than we've had in any other song, and some nice subtle harmonies and so forth. And where people are saying vibey and all that kind of thing, it's got quite a vibe to it. I think Rob's right with the Lily Allen. She's Lily Allen without the potty mouth, basically. So she's sort of a clean version of Lily Allen, an American version, and credit to her for it because it's nice. I think she's got good style in the imagery and the photographs, obviously, for her profile and so forth. It's all sort of very well honed. So I think she's got a lot of potential. I'd forgotten that was a really good song.
Yeah. So two standouts for me in this song in particular was the pizzicato and definitely her voice. She has a lovely voice, and that pizzicato, when it was bum, 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 when you had that melody going on. So this is very vibey. That's for damn sure. It really, I could see this being on even a lo-fi kind of like playlist, right? Because it's definitely relaxing, and you know, her voice is great. It's just her voice really drags you in and just kind of like makes the song, honestly. So yeah, honestly, I gotta say that if it were just the pizzicato and her voice, then I would have been fine with just that alone. You know, we could leave off the other elements, but the kind of you know, record, the kind of like, you know, old record player background sound to it made it that much more enjoyable. So good song overall, I think. And I got to say that Gatlin, I'm going to be looking for, I should say we're going to be looking forward to hearing more from you in the future, because I think that Gatlin definitely will have some sort of future in the music business if she so chooses. So
I think a lot of potential there, and you're clearly a big talent potential, and she's got a look about her, you know. So I think it's the package, I think, that could sell pretty well. So I think there's a big potential there. Also, the song, I was thinking of this one, say for instance, Rob was mentioning about having, say, a summer playlist. This is the kind of song that you could put on a summer playlist. So you're doing it, having a barbecue with some mates and some friends and so forth, and there you go. Put this one on. This is be on the playlist easily, hands down, and it'll create a great atmosphere.
That's what we need to do. We need to do an underground sound summer playlist for barbecues.
Oh yeah, we do. Yeah, we do.
That'd be good.
I'll leave you in charge of that. You know what? Actually, I was thinking about giving you the password and everything to Spotify and see if you could keep up with that, because
that reminds me, actually, because I've been doing Smart Monkeys faves of the underground sound playlist, that we could link into, or I could put it in to that one. So
We'll figure it out, because as time draws closer towards summertime, the radio station is going to be making a comeback soon, and I'm excited for everything that is related to the underground sound that's going to be happening shortly in the future, especially where we were talking about recording the show live over the radio station, and just kind of like having a nice unedited version of the whole thing going on, so that way we can have that call-in feature back and have fans of the show interact with us directly and give their comments, and then obviously we could edit that down into our regular show that's going to be posted up on YouTube. I don't know if you guys saw the poll that I had put up on the community page for the Underground Sound, but it was basically, would you rather listen to us as a podcast or watch us on YouTube? We've only had 4 answers to that so far, but 75% of the people so far has said, so 3 out of 4 people say that they would much rather see us on YouTube than listen to us as a podcast. So that's
Thank you, folks. Thank you very much. That's very reassuring for us old folks.
Well, I mean, hey, this means that people actually want to see our faces, Carl. So I mean, we have to take that into consideration. So
That's true. Yeah, they must love the shine.
yeah, I'm thanking for everybody that so far has taken participation in that poll, and I'm going to get more into the community thing because the community thing is kind of brand new to me. Not really brand new. I knew that it was there. I just didn't know what to do. But what I'm thinking about doing is, as the episodes air, I'm going to post all the artwork there, so that way you can actually check out the artwork from the bands on the previous show. So episode 34, we had artwork there, obviously, that was posted on the episode 34 thumbnail. I will post those in the community sections. But please, once again, do visit the community section, answer our poll if we have a question there, check out the artwork, and visit the video description below. Find all the links to all of these fantastic artists that we have been reviewing tonight. And once again, throw them on your Spotify playlist. Visit our website and check out our playlist. And, the radio station making comebacks shortly. I promise you that. And so, yeah, do all of that and stay tuned to the Underground Sound. And I know that Carl has his glasses on right now, so we're about to play round 2 of Call My Bluff.
Ding, 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 ding. And that can, of course, only mean one thing. Mickle, pickle, and fickle. We're in to Call My Bluff. Here we go with the first word. 3rd round, of course, and we will remind the audience of the scores. I've written them down here. It says Rob 1, Tom 1, audience 2. Well done, audience, so far. But we have 2 rounds to go. So here we are. First word, Pillywinks. So it's Pillywinks. Pillywinks. Is it A, an early version of Tiddlywinks played with dried bread? B, a medieval instrument of torture used for squeezing the fingers of a victim? C, a 19th century pet name for a small child. So is Pillywinks A, an early version of Tiddlywinks played with dried bread? B, a medieval instrument of torture used for squeezing the fingers of a victim? Or C, a 19th century pet name for a small child? What say you?
What kind of stupid word is this?
Pillywinks.
Pillywinks. Ooh, I'm gonna have to go. I'm just flat out guessing here. I'm just gonna have to go with C.
You're going for C, okay? And Rob?
I go for B, because the medieval times they had a really dark sense of humor, and Pillywinks sounds like, oh, this would be fun. Yeah, chopping the ends of your fingers off. Yeah.
Okay, and audience, you're going for A. A. Right, okay. So it's actually, I can reveal the answer to be B, a medieval torture. Instrument of torture used for squeezing the fingers of a victim. Rob, 1 point to you.
Yeah, they had a dark sense of humor in the medieval times. How would you like a little bit of Pillywink? Oh yes, that'd be lovely. Sure. Get your fingers up. How did you find that then? Not a lot of fun, actually.
Okay, so we have our fourth round, last word, unless it goes to a tiebreaker, of course, because Rob's on 2, Tom's on 1, audience, you're on 2 as well. It's all to play for. The next word is cleam. C-L-E-A-M. Cleam. Is it A, to hang on to something? B, to split an object into two? Or C, to smear something over a surface? So is cleam meaning A, to hang on to something, B, to split an object into two, or C, to smear something over a surface? Cleam. What do you think, cleam? Your gut feelings. Say what?
Well, I'm going to have to think that with the CLE, that's going to be kind of a Germanic origin. So I'm going to go with C.
Tom's going with C. Rob?
Well, I'm not going to do that because then that would mean I'd win, wouldn't it? And either way, so I'm going to go with A.
You're going with A, and the audience is going with B, to split an object into two. It's actually C, to smear something onto over a surface. So you clean with cream, for instance. There we go. So now this is as exciting as it gets. We actually have a tiebreaker.
Can't be a good old game of call my bluff.
My muff, yes. Right. I'm going to go for this one here. So the word is, it's for a tiebreaker. Audience, you're on 2. Rob, you're on 2. Tom, you're on 2.
That's a very long word.
The word is vang. V-A-N-G. Vang. Is it A, a basket used for carrying vegetables in Malaysia? B, a type of rope in sailing, used in sailing. C, a chanted prayer in praise of a Hindu god. So is vang a basket used for carrying vegetables in Malaysia? B, a type of rope used in sailing? Or C, a chanted prayer in praise of a Hindu god? Answers, please.
C.
Rob's going for C. Sounds very confident there.
That was Tom.
That was Tom. Tom went
That was
for
Tom. C, sorry.
Well,
Tom?
unless it's right, of course, in which case I'll say that I did it. But I'm going for A. And then if C is the right answer, then Tom said it A and not I.
An audience, you're going for B. Middle for diddle. Right. Okay. So vang is B, a type of rope used in sailing. Audience, you're the winners. Sorry, chaps.
Gosh, it got so close. Well done, audience. You played the blinding game there. I didn't even hear your voices, but
I didn't either. Sir.
That does sound like sour grapes to me. Pish, tish, and hish.
Well, Rob and I are still tied, so
You'll have to take that up with the producer of the show.
yeah,
well,
screw him.
you are the producer.
I've heard he's a bit of a dick.
Oh, yes, so I am. So basically, now the scores as of last week, Tom won last week's, audience won this week. So in the grand scheme of the annual total, so far it's 1 to audience, 1 to Tom, 0 to Rob.
Yeah, nil point, Robert.
But you're certainly improving, Rob, though, aren't you?
Thank you. It's as monkeys go, I'm quite intellectual, I'll have you know.
I have a feeling that Rob's just playing dumb.
No, I'm not.
No, just plain dumb. Not playing dumb.
It's just playing dumb? Okay.
I like to consider myself proper dumb.
Oh, no, I fancy myself a proper idiot. Okay.
Yes. Only an idiot would say that.
I'm just going to...
There we go. What do we have here?
There's a floating badge. There you go. It says.
A long time ago in a galaxy far away. I thought
There we go. Well, no, we haven't actually. Well, it depends if you're keeping that other segment in the show. I thought you were cutting that bit out.
Well, I'm going to cut some of it out.
Well, I don't know what you're going to cut out. So the next one will be special right at the end of the show.
Okay.
Special reveal.
All right, well, here we go. Keeper of Things. Have we had Keeper of Things on the show before? It's, a lot of these names are starting to sound familiar. This one is called Faceless Clown. What do we got going on here, Rob?
Rob,
Oh,
well,
Rob,
basically, we've got a clown
Oh.
without a face, faceless clown. It's a track that's been on the Underground Sound show for the first time tonight. Do you want me to shut up?
No, yeah. You know what messes me up at times is that for whatever reason, Carl is usually on the top left. You're usually on the top right. And
I'm on top.
He's always on top. He's always on top. I try to mix it up sometimes with him, but he won't have it. He always wants to be on top. I want to be on top for a change. It's just not fair.
And Tom's bottom.
I'm usually the bottom bitch. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm always in the same spot. Okay. But for whatever reason, there's always one song that I present where Carl will go from top left to top right. And so when I'm doing the introduction, I'm looking over here and obviously I see her face. And I'm a bit tired myself too, because again, it's been a long week. So that's why I said, what do we got going on here, bro? What do we got going on here, Carl?
Well, we've got a face, we've got a clown, we've got a faceless clown, and basically we've got Keeper of Things. We've had them before. As you may recall, audience, and you two, you may recall we had Sea Song, which is a beautiful ballad. It's also a Fandango fave, so check that out in a couple of weeks' time when I review it as a Fandango fave. This is the second song we've reviewed of theirs on the show, and it's called Faceless Clown. The comments that actually they've had 17 saves, giving you an indication of the quality of the song. And the quality of the comments, it isn't quite matching up to the song, but it says dope, bro, dope. Also that, fantastic, amazing guitar part. Also that bass player sounds like a handsome chap. So I reckon that might be one of the bands. Heat grinding, same again as one of the earlier comments. Gas and ooh, I like this. Gasolina as well.
How do you sound like a handsome chap while playing the bass?
Well, just listen to one of my songs.
Boom. Okay. Faceless Clown, Keeper of Things. Let's check it out.
Is there only one way out? Time to look at me. Is there any need to scream and shout? Say you must be free. The hurt is getting too much now, and I said it all before. Oh yeah, there's nothing left for me here now, so I'm heading for the door. Then you say to me, the only place I wanna be now, please take me home. All the anguish in your eyes, no need to apologize now, I'll take you home. We'll go back home, back to the family. It's where you wanna be. Family, with your family. It's where you want to be. Family. see. Take me by the hand now, girl. See what we can be. Then you say to me, you're the place I wanna be now. Please take me home. All the anguish in your eyes, no need to apologize now. I'll take you home. We'll go back home, back to the family.
That one was A Faceless Clown by Keeper of Things, and the Beatles are what's popping up in the comments there more than anything. Smart Monkey.
Yeah, got to totally agree with that. Those layered vocals, very Beatlesque, is that a word? In style. Instrumentally, it's got more of a 70s retro rock feel to it. But yeah, so many elements of it that are harking back to the Beatles there. And then you get to a point where, to me, some of the guitar work towards the end of it almost sounded a bit Pink Floydish in places. The ending was pretty good. I sometimes criticize endings of a track, and I think that it just ended quite well as well, which sometimes we don't consider the ending, but when a track just ends in a satisfying way, you're like, oh yeah, I like that. So yeah, I thought this was a very good track, which is going to throw me a little bit because it's making me wonder whether it should be in my top three. That's going to throw a curveball for me now. I'll have to think about that.
I know what you mean. One of the comments that was kind of like popping up there was saying that you're doing the 70s justice. So I totally agree with you on that aspect of it, where there's a lot of the instruments do sound like they're giving off that 70s vibe. However, I got to think that, with the vocals especially, we're talking about like John Lennon or Paul McCartney at that point.
Yeah, definitely a bit of Lennon in there. I heard in places.
You've really got that probably even more so than Paul McCartney and John Lennon, maybe even George Harrison, you know what I mean, like the early days and everything like that, right? So I mean, it's a good song overall. I gotta say, production quality is really good on here. What I got from the 70s, honestly, is I was thinking the Doors, and I was thinking with the guitar solo, I was kind of thinking this really gives off like a nice Eagles vibe to it, so if you remember, obviously you do remember Hotel California, and
Hotel California. Let me think about that one.
Yes, yeah. That's why I had to correct myself. It's not if you remember, because I'm sure that you do remember the song Hotel California when they had the guitar solo. So this guitar solo in the middle of the song was very reminiscent of that. It definitely had that same kind of vibiness to it, which I really enjoyed. So I gotta say, between the Doors, the Beatles, the Eagles, and doing the 70s justice, the song is very well performed, and again, a good studio recording kind of song, and probably a good song to be played live too. Carlos Fandango.
Well, I guess a lot of the comments are saying about the Beatles.
Yeah, we've said that.
However,
were you not listening?
Well, I did hear that bit before I went for a wee, but basically, and certainly there are elements.
If you were just going to announce it, why the hell did you write? I'm going for a wee. Just keep talking.
Oh, I just thought, well, if I put it in the message, you're bound to say something.
I was very tempted. We filled the gap really well, but I did want to go. Carlos, what's your thoughts?
I need a wee. Bye. But basically, certainly there are elements of the Beatles in there. There are, for me though, because I kind of know the Beatles inside out, the music really well. So it's less of that, but more of the late 60s psychedelic and flower power type sound. 67 onwards, 72, that sort of era. Now, for me, though, more than anything, this is Crowded House, 100% Crowded House, like Weather With You, that sort of song. That sound, particularly with the guitar, and with the vocals as well, and with the vocal harmonies, and with the detail in the song and the structure of the song. So, whilst it's got a lot of touches of retro sort of era, it's also got that sort of 90s Crowded House sound, but it's all about points of interest, detail, all the way through the song. I'd forgotten how good that was. The drum sound is exquisite. The guitar sound is wonderful. But all those little details with things conversing with each other, the musical instruments conversing all the way through the song, particularly in the breaks, is just wonderful. So the more I hear it, the more I like it. It's going to be in my top 3. Won't tell you where yet, but I've actually got 6 potentials, but I think I'm narrowing it down now.
So it could be number 6 in your top 3 then, could it?
Exactly, yeah. I will have an alternative top 3, I think. Might bring Sock in for a Sock top 3.
A sock top 3, okay.
Yeah.
No,
I could put my briefs back on from my briefs.
Do you actually need them?
The briefs of judgment. Well, yeah, I think so. It's like a judge putting on a black cap thing. So I think this is the briefs of judgment.
So you want me my briefs off, is what you're saying, Tom?
Yes, sir.
No, definitely keep them on. Keep them on.
I don't think I can go through that laughing again tonight. Then my throat is sore from that segment just because it's between the sock and the briefs. It was just brilliant. I can see why we're popular on YouTube.
And on that bombshell of Tom's throat being sore from whatever, well, then basically I've got to ask the big question. What about your top 3? Sock will give you the alternative top 3 now. Obviously, it will speak on its own, so I'll just sit back. So my top 3. At number 3, Tommy Francesco with It's Over. Number 2, Laptops Home. And number 1, Lakkabrah, Karma Arcade. There we go. Very nicely done. Very nicely done.
Beautiful.
Bye. So, what are your top 3s? What do you reckon? Difficult choice tonight, I think.
Well, go for it, Tom.
No, you go ahead, Rob, because I'm trying to work out which one is 3, 2, 1, honestly.
Well, I'm going to go for a shout out, which is almost like my alternative top 3. So what do you think?
Number 3 is Laptops Home. Number 2 is Caitlin. James slipped away.
Slipped away, eh?
Number 1, Paper of Things, Faceless Clown.
Good choice.
Red Rum.
And then for my choice, thank you, whoever you.
That was the alternate.
Yeah. So my top 3 would be.
That wasn't Rob speaking, Tom.
No,
that was his finger.
It clearly wasn't.
Yeah, it was quite clever. Quite clever how he did that.
My top 3. I really like Brooklyn Belton's song. Just fine. It just had something that really hooked me in there. It was a good song. Really liked it, and I liked the vocals and everything. So that's number 3 for me. Number 2 is Ghost Town. All That She Is. Solid track. Really good. They're going to go somewhere. I really feel they are. And number 1 for me is Lakkabrah. It just got that song just got me. It was good. It was Radiohead almost, and really enjoyed it. Karma Arcade. Track.
So you agree with the Sock on that one?
I really love Socky.
Interesting. So, see, you mentioned about the Brooklyn Belton one was a good song, but also I'd forgotten, of course, about the Ghost Town. That's a strong Shong. I'm going to give it
French now.
I'm going to give it a shout out. Employees must wash hands. What are your top 3, Tom?
right. Well, I mean, so your honorable mention, shout out, whichever one you want to call it, is going out to track number 4 with Laptop's Home. Didn't quite make the list, but here we go. So in order, I got to say that my number 3 choice is going to be Swoovi with StarChild, which was the Purple Bowl of Destiny choice. I really did like that one, despite the production issues that we had mentioned. My number 2 song is going to be All That She Is by GHOSTOWN. It was a strong show opener, a very groovy production, very nice song. But I think for my number 1, I have to agree with Rob here and say that Lakkabrah with Karma Arcade is, I think it steals the show. I think that the overall vibe and the production and everything of that song, the hookiness of it, the way it just drags you in, the way it makes you kind of like reminisce, and I just think that all those things overall really, really, really just kind of make that song the showstopper, honestly.
Interesting. Good choices. Yeah, that All That She Is. I've forgotten that was a really good song, actually. Yeah, good point. Which has made my top 3 really difficult. I mean, I've got away with Sock choosing 3, and Sock chose Lakkabrah as a top one. So I'm going to choose 3 different ones to the Sock, because Sock's got his own mind, of course. So basically, oh no, I really want to give Trent. What am I going to listen to more? Am I going to listen to GHOSTOWN? I want to give GHOSTOWN a shout out because I think these 3 guys have got something special going on there, really good, and I want them to succeed because they look like good bunch of guys. My top 3 is going to be Trenton Chandler. I Came, I Drank, I Don't Remember. The production was just so good. Number 2, I'm going to go for Gatlin Kate James. I think she's got real potential. It's a quirky song. She's got a lovely voice. She's got star quality potentially there, and I think she could write a cracker of a song. My number 1, actually, I like the last one, the Faceless Clown. There's something about that one that really keeps appealing, and I think it's because it's got those sort of Beatlesque touches, Crowded House touches, old retro styles, but there's so much going on. The song just moves around so nicely. It's so well thought out, and I think I can listen to that one and hear new things each time I listen to it. So I'm going with Faceless Clown.
Yeah, but I mean, you could say that for all the songs here. You know what I mean? So I mean, really, we've only had the second choice from the Purple Bowl, which was kind of like kind of like take it or leave it, right? But I mean, to all the musicians out there, I mean, we try to kind of like formulate this decision based on each one of our personalities, and I totally understand why Carl is going the way that he is. And if I could, once again, in an alternate dimension, then I would choose so Faceless Clown was great. Slip Away was great. I Came, I Drank, I Remember was absolutely fantastic as well. But I just got to say, for my personal taste, that the ones that I had chosen, that's where I'm going with. I think that with Gatlin, what?
Sorry.
I think that we are going to hear a lot more from her as she gets older, and that's kind of like what has swayed my decision a little bit to not choose that, because as she matures, her music is going to mature, kind of like Adele, Amy Winehouse, all the female vocalists out there that are very prominent and famous, right? So, okay. Here's the thing: if you want me to ignore it, don't put it in the damn chat.
Okay. I was just
it just makes sense, right? Because it's just kind of like saying, pay no attention to what I'm saying right now.
don't read this message.
So what's your closing pin badge, Carl?
Okay.
Funny you should mention that.
Yeah. Well, better get Yoda in on the act here. It says,
He's on. He's hyperspace to another universe.
Oh yeah, I caught on to it. I saw the top three. So
Do not do.
There is no try.
There is no try.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite lines from all of the Star Wars films because it's a great philosophy, isn't it?
What did it say? Do-de-da-do.
Do or not do. There is no try.
I can read it.
Because Luke says, I'll try. And he says, no, try not. Do or do not. There is no try.
Do or not do. Do or do not.
Do-de-da-do.
Do-do-do-do-da-da-da. Yeah, that's it.
Do-de-da-do-do-de-da.
Another copyright strike.
Oh boy, I think we we maybe cheers a bit too much at the beginning of the episode here. Those are
Too many
all our-
people dying, I'm afraid.
It's horrible, but I'm sorry, everyone. Like seriously. Oh boy, thank you for joining us for this episode 35 of the Underground Sound. I'm DJ. Thank with me as what?
Well, I keep forgetting. I keep meaning to. I'll do it next week. It's all right. It's just every time. I was going to say with my favorite track each week. I've got it written down as well to do it. And I keep forgetting. I keep going to say things like the keeper of things. Don't tell the others, but you're my favorite. So just like a Brucey sort of thing. And I thought I'd do that each week, and I keep forgetting. So I'm sorry, but the keeper of things, you're my favorite. It won't mean much to Tom, but it might mean something to Rob.
Yeah.
There was a presenter of ours called Bruce Forsyth, who also died. Cheers, Bruce, for all the years of cheers. But basically, Bruce Forsyth was a fantastic entertainer as well as presenter. I mean, he's an all-rounder, one of those all-rounders from the, era when they made all-rounders.
Okay, we already drank. Shut up and drink.
Lakkabrah, you're my favorite.
Well, I couldn't make it to the funeral, but they wanted me to do the eulogy, so I'll just do it on the Underground. So I am DJ X. With me, as always, is Carlos Fandango and the gentleman known as Smart Monkey here together. We are putting the us back into music.
So please do like, subscribe, and share, and we'll find music that you love to hear.
And of course, don't forget to tap on the little bell so you get notifications of whenever Tom uploads new ting underground sound videos. The noise cancellation might take out the ting, but I'll.
Yep, I heard it. So
did it ting?
Yeah, I heard it ting.
You heard my ting.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad you heard my ting.
Well, last week it was you tinkling. Now it's your ting. So folks, thank you once again for joining us. Today is April 28th, 2023. By the time you're watching this, May 5th of 2023. Getting very burpy here. Sorry for that. And please do once again visit our show sponsor. Visit the video description below, and find the links to all these fantastic artists. And if you like any of those songs, then please do make them your own. Share them on your social media. Let's get the word out, not just about the show, but of course about these fantastic musicians here. And we thank you very much for joining us again. And if you liked any portion of the show, you disliked any of the portion of the show, if you liked Sock Puppet, if you liked the Boxer Briefs, whatever the case may be, if you feel like leaving us comments, do visit the comment section and do interact with us. We love when our audience interacts with us. So today, once again, April 28th of 2023, I will say, do widzenia.
May the force be with you.
Whoosh!
Whoosh?
Whoosh!
Oh, that was from the previous song. I was like,
I second that whoosh.
I was going to say, it wasn't the Superman episode. All right.